condolences over myriads of unpleasant events across the country.
Unpleasant they have been, most especially of recent. I think it's been an uprise in the numbers. Ordinarily, we are not supposed to be counting the numbers up. We are supposed to be counting the numbers down. But I am happy, or I am consoled. Let me not say I'm happy. Let me say I'm consoled by the fact that even if in the case of Tudumbiri, the response was not almost immediately, but the response was
where over 120 people
were killed in
the so-called
friendly fire. Yes. Now the response was nonetheless weighty. The vice president was there, the security apparatuses were there. So I think it's a sign of action, a sign of goodwill from the government. And in the case of Plateau, the same thing. We can see the vice president is there, the national security advisor is there, the defense chiefs are all there. It's a sign.
We also heard that before the commencement of this program that the Inspector General of
Police. Yes. Okay, so this one now gives the citizens the consolation that the government is ready to do something. The problem is, was the government, or has the government not been so much ready, not so much on ground to have allowed these things to happen recurrently? It happened recently in Tudumbiri. We will say, okay, that was, they say, a friendly fire. In the case of Plateau, Plateau has been on fire for now the most recent,
the most recent, since 2001.
Say, yes, the most recent is about 22 years. Now there have been other ones, but I think this one is the most recent. Since 2001, I think there has not been a straight 6-7 years that
not even
Plateau,
4, not even 2 years.
The only time I think there was a long stretch was after that of 2001, then 2002, I think until 2008 or so, that there was a major one. But after 2008, I think it was almost 2 years or annually, and so on and so forth. But we have to understand that I don't know why we are not attacking the fundamentals. In this our own case, even if the government is not going to declare a state of emergency in
as
security,
advocated by the Arewa Consultative Forum,
a state of emergency in security, then the government would have to declare a national emergency. Well, administratively there's a difference between a national emergency and a state of emergency. A state of emergency will take away certain powers from certain offices, and then they will now be melted into possibly...
Even though the other time the National Assembly said governors should not be removed, you can declare a state of emergency. And the Arewa Consultative Forum, Professor Tukur, the spokesperson, said in all crisis-prone areas, especially in the north, that they should declare a state of emergency.
When you declare a state of emergency, does not mean the governor is not there. Well, you have to understand, most especially if you are talking about the security, you are now talking about who is in charge of security. That would be the state of emergency. You now say administratively the state governor would not be in charge of the security, but he remains in charge of other administrative issues of the state. I don't think that, in fact, the constitution has not given a space where you would say you have totally removed a governor because of state of emergency. It is not there. I think it is only a realignment of the laws, the rules, who is in charge. I think this is it. But if you now want to declare a national emergency, the president would say, okay, Vice President Shetima, take care of XYZ, economy, what, take care of that. I am now, in fact, to underscore the importance of this position, of this action, the next day we would see President Ahmed Bola Tinubu in military regalia. He would come out as
Goodluck Jonathan did.
He would say, I am now the general, the commander-in-chief.
Not just in name,
not just
but
in name,
action.
in action.
But many people believe that it appears, we may be wrong, that the president is more interested in the economy, and that he has ceded the issue of security to the vice president. But going by what we've seen.
No, I don't think the president will do that. I doubt. I think this is just people saying it. You see, are you saying? But
action speaks louder than words.
We've
not seen the president going to.
Have you seen? It's not going.
We didn't see him in Plateau.
Going is just an emissary going to deliver certain messages. But what of taking the major decisions, saying, I am not satisfied with Command A and Command B, Command C. I want Command D redeployed to position A. To do certain things. So okay. I think in that case, I think President Ahmed Tinubu should be in charge. But what we are saying is that these are not even the fundamentals. Even if you say President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is now mostly concerned about the economic aspects of running the nation, then this should concern him, because I don't see this, the root cause of these security issues is not just security or social. It's economic. In fact, the root cause is economy.
Thank you. All right, viewers, the line is now open. Kindly call the number on your screen to share your thoughts, comments, and contributions on the issues. Please endeavor to keep your responses short and avoid foul language. We are looking for a solution to the problem. Yes. Over to you. Yes. You said the root cause. Now, Jamilu, you are from Taraba State. I remember in 2017, there was
a similar
scenario.
Yes, on the Mambila platform.
Was there a solution to it since then?
Yes.
A tangible solution that maybe Plateau State can adopt?
One, you know, Mambila has been, let me say, not occupied by, it was virgin to military presence, because there was not a single military command on the Mambila Plateau before the 2017 bloodshed. Yes. After the 2017 bloodshed, we now have the Nigerian Army, and then we have the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Air Force. Stationed there. Permanently. Most especially the Nigerian Air Force. Permanently stationed there. We have that. Okay. Now, we now have other aspects of the military, surveillances, and so on and so forth. This one, I think the military does it without even us knowing. But we do know, we see certain movements and we see certain planes, and which we know there are surveillances and so on and so forth. Then from the community side, there has been dialogue. We've been able to bring together the communities to sit down.
Who are the communities?
You see, on the Mambila Plateau, for instance, you have the ethnic aspects of the issue, and you have the religious aspect of the issue. The religious aspect is very minimal, very little. Yes, some people may echo it, but you see, the main thing is, even in the ethnic issue, is communal economy. That is where the problem is. You have farmers and grazers. That's where the problem is. So when you bring farmers and grazers to sit down together and then say, okay, this is how we are going to be managing our lands, right? Someone will not just come, you've been having your land for the past 200 years, you inherited it from a grandfather, a great-grandfather, and then someone will just come today and tell you that you are not an indigene. It is not possible. Okay, so we've been able to remove those kind of...
Start removing those obstacles. We have our first caller, a regular caller indeed, Shamaki from Nasarawa. Welcome to the program, Shamaki.
Good evening, Idris and the Mohammed in the studio.
Yes, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the day.
Thank you.
You see, before, Plateau was a peaceful state.
Yeah.
But now, it is very unfortunate. You see, I remember last 2 months back, when one Ago went and visited one head in the same community in Mangu. And his returning back, he was attacked and then killed. After 1 week, his body was discovered in a well. At that time, I told myself, I said, these people were revenged. I'm not saying they are not revenged, but I so much believe that attack resulted to a different thing. The issue is the federal government are not even serious about this thing. The problem is that there is not any punishment meted from anybody for one thing. If the same punishment is being meted from anybody for one thing, I am telling you how this thing will end. Take a look. What is going on with the corruption? So many people are being caught with evidence, but no anything has been done before them. No any punishment before them. But the problem is, for instance, now, this issue that's happening in Plateau, let's say there is a big man's hand inside the thing. I am telling you, believe me, the matter will die. They won't do anything. So the problem is, somebody is being caught or a person is being brought to book, let the punishment be naked against them so that it is somewhat different. So my advice to these people, they should embrace peace. They should call themselves in order because we are all Nigerians. We are all believers. They should know that everybody is good there. And if you don't, you are going to meet God of the judgment day. So they should make calm and then wait to see the outcome of the government. This is my solution. Thank you very much.
All right, Shamaki, thank you very much for your contribution. You heard what Shamaki said.
Yes, I heard what he said. I think before speaking about particularly the issue of our legal system, how to bring people to book, you know, I think that one has totally failed. If you
yes, because I actually have that question, whether you ever heard of anyone convicted and jailed.
I should ask that question too. I have not heard.
I hope some of our readers will answer
the issues of, for instance, since Boko Haram, we've had people like Kabiru Sokoto, and,
well, yeah, they have.
And that nothing again, nothing happened. We have not had.
And there are hundreds of the likes of Kabiru.
Thousands of them.
Even though the foot soldiers, quite a number of them, maybe in fairness to the judicial system, they have been convicted, but it's like
you see. If these people, these people have been, you see, the society would have to see it. They say justice should not only be done, but should also be seen to have been done. If the society does not know that justice has been done, then there's a problem. One of the reasons for justice is not only giving A what belongs to A, but also to serve as a deterrent to A, so that A too should not go and commit the same thing. So if you don't show that deterrence, then I think there's still a problem. And then the second thing, in the first question you asked me about the strategies possibly used on the Mambila Plateau, one of the issues we found out was that one fundamental issue causing this problem is illegal mining. And yes, seriously, on the Mambila. They were mining these precious stones and a bit of gold and so on and so forth. Is it that those doing
the mining were instigating the crisis?
Yes.
Because mining is also happening in Plateau State.
Yes, that is where I'm coming to. Recently, there have been issues of lithium and other such ores, iron ore and so on and so forth. Of course, we've always known Plateau to have been rich in iron ore deposits, and then of recent they say lithium. And these illegal miners, this is their own tactics all over the world. Remember Liberia, where we had blood diamonds. Congo. Now, presently, we have Zamfara, gold, and so on and so forth. This is a very fundamental issue. Unless we tackle the issue of illegal mining,
the farmers and harder crisis will continue to fester.
They will continue.
Okay, Jamilu. We have Yusuf from Borno. Welcome to the program, Yusuf.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yes, go ahead, Yusuf.
My name is Yusuf Musa. I'm calling from Borno State.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to contribute on this particular issue.
Okay, go ahead.
you see, really sympathize with what happens with the people of Plateau State. Though it is a problem it's a nationwide problem. You see, in Bokkos we have a problem of all the security challenges. What we have been experiencing in Bokkos, frankly speaking, they have been putting all what's happening in Bokkos in the media. People will be surprised of what's happening on daily basis in Bokkos. But in a nutshell, what I wanted to say here is these criminals who are perpetrating all this act of criminalism in Plateau State, they want to divert the attention of Nigerians. Oh, you are getting me? They want to make it as if it is a religious issue.
For what? What will be the gain? Yusuf, yes. What are they trying to divert our attention from?
They want to divert attention. How can you reflect on people at the eve of their religious activities? How are you getting my point? They strike you at the eve of their religious activities. The same strike that happens in Tinubu, it is at the eve of their while Muslims they are celebrating Maulid, they attack people. How are you getting my point? And the same thing happens in Jos. The eve of Christmas, this attack comes and they attack the Christians during their festivity, the eve of their festivity. Let me tell you, they want to create confusion in this country. They want to make it as if it is a religious issue. There's nothing that has to do with religion here. They are killing innocent people. They want to use an advantage to create a serious confusion in this country. But I believe God will not allow them to achieve this goal. Inshallah, nothing will happen. By the grace of God, God will protect this country. And by the grace of God, the country will definitely move ahead. Thank you for having me, please.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. You can see the interesting part. Almost every other person has his own understanding.
Well, I quite agree with Malam Yusuf on this.
So is he trying to say it is a religious crisis?
That is what the perpetrators are trying to divert our attention to make it look like that.
Because it is Christmas.
That's why.
But as a student of security studies, you are one, I am also one. You know that whenever we have festivities, whether it is Salah, whether it is Christmas, whether it is Maulud, whether it is Easter, you know, the security architecture tends to go on hibernation of sorts. And that is when sundry criminals
capitalize and attack. But I think what we are saying in this our own case is a kind of indicting our security architecture, or our security thinking, or the mentality of our security. Now their mentality is everybody is on holiday, so possibly everybody will now be busy, there will be less crime. I think that is what you are trying to say.
Okay, we also have another caller from Adamawa. With due apologies to you, Jamilu. Mohammed, welcome to the program.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening. Good evening to your guest.
Yes, Jamilu, yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Frankly speaking, I want to first appreciate you for enlightening Nigerians, because this is a wonderful program.
Thank you.
May God continue to strengthen your outlets.
Amen.
The truth of the matter, you see, well, I'm very enjoyed. And when the first crisis happened in Jos, during Jonah during Daria, people take it as if it's just something that has come and gone. When Jan came on board, the same thing happened. The same thing happened during Jan. I'm talking out of experience. When you go to National Data Research Institute, that is bomb. You understand? You find out that they kill us in that place. They burn our houses in that place, and up to this very moment, nobody called anybody and tell him sorry. Nobody called for any reconciliation. Nobody called for anything. That is how most people lost their lives. Most people lost their business just because of sentiment that you are not an indigenous of that place. And most of us, they even gave back to our parents in that place. So the truth of the matter, the federal government must take this thing holistically. Because there are some certain people that if you told them they cannot forgive. Let's take the instance of the general that was killing George. Up to today, nothing has been done. So honestly, we need to tell ourselves the truth that no place is an island. You cannot grow without this. You can this one is a this, so this one. It's not like that. Go to Lagos, go to Kano, and see how they are developing, because they accept other people that come from other states. What happened in Jos is really sad. We are not encouraging that, but please, the government should sit up to their responsibilities. Whoever is wrong is wrong. When you find out, even just last week, there was one hardcore that they killed in Jos. You understand? They said they caught that guy in Lagos. I saw it in your studio. They caught that guy in Lagos, and up to now, they didn't tell anybody anything. What happened to the guy they caught? So, and these people feel that they kill them, they kill their animals. Nobody is telling them anything. They take the laws into their hands. So honestly, we need to move for a reconciliation. Let's move forward as a nation. All this thing is happening is totally bad. Thank you very much for having me. May God continue.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Abdullahi, for your contribution. Jamilu, sound bites. Let me quote one from Governor Muftwang. He said, we will right the wrongs of the past. Why I quoted what Muftwang said is based on what Mohammed said, that in 2001, yes, during Joshua Dari, quite a number of people were displaced, and up to now, they are waiting for compensation, or even later of
apology, condolence, and so on and so forth. That is what is happening in Nigeria. Let me tell you, you have to stand up and then fight for that. In the case of, let me still go back to the issue of Mambila Plateau. Do you know the community that felt that it was slighted, it was attacked? The community had to go to court. The government didn't actually do anything. The government did nothing. There was a kind of committee set up to investigate this kind of thing. The committee died a natural death.
Nothing came out. But why do you think Nigerians must have to fight for everything?
The community decided to go to the ECOWAS court in the case of a civil case, and the community won. It won against the federal government. It didn't win against the state government, because ECOWAS court said it has no jurisdiction on Taraba State. It has jurisdiction on Nigeria, but not on Taraba State. So it threw away the case. It threw out the case against Taraba, but upheld the case against the federal government, and then gave a judgment in favor of the community. And now the community is entitled to compensation, resettlement, and so forth.
But have they done that yet?
Yes, I think this is now the next phase of the action. So you have to stand up and do it for yourself. If you are waiting for government to come, government machinery in this, that very machinery, I think, is dead.
Then where are we getting it wrong, that people must have to fight for almost everything?
We have a completely disintegrated system. I'm sorry to say it. You see, gone are the days when 5 people would die in this nation and the whole nation will go into shock. The next day they will tell you our flags are flying at half-mast because 5 people are dead. Today, you have almost on a daily basis 50 people, 100 people dying, and there is no concern. You go to bed, I go to bed, we sleep, we wake up, in fact, and nothing
leaders go for merriment.
Of course, leaders will go for merriment. Immediately after the death, they would pretend to be going for condolences and so on and so forth, but nothing happens. If today 10 people would die, and then the administrative structure of Nigeria would say, okay, today we are mourning 10 people. Tomorrow again it happens, we are mourning. Government will now be tired of mourning. Government will find solution to the problem.
We have another caller from Gombe in the person of Abdul Aliyu. Abdul, welcome to the program.
Government will now be tired of mourning. Government will find solution.
Hello, Abdul. Reduce the volume of your television, please.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Go ahead. Good evening, Abdul. Yes.
Good evening.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. Let me express my condolence to the people of Plateau.
All right.
And to Nigerians at large for this very brutal act that was committed against peaceful communities, village people that do not share anything in terms of benefit or conflict that emanated from the politics of the day. We don't need to go very deep into the causes of these occurrences. It has happened so many times over and again.
Yes.
But the main, I think to me, for now, is to really look inward and let's localize the solution.
Okay.
In terms of, getting the proper and true involvement of all communities concerned.
Okay.
These issues will keep coming up as long as we try to give it this kind of elitist solution to a fundamental communal problem. The communities have been in existence with friends and foes for years. The solution, therefore, needs to be sought within the indigenous system of relationship that has been existing for quite a long time within these communities. It is therefore imperative that government creates problems that arise always within the communities themselves. Involve the communities as key stakeholders and let them try and propose solutions that are practicable, that are implementable.
All right.
The issues of putting everything to waiting for government to take action, will continue to worry the people
situation
that are concerned, and also encourage the perpetrators to continue in such acts.
All right.
It is very unfortunate what happened, but we need to find a solution.
Thank you. Yes.
With the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abdul Aliyu. Very profound suggestion, Jamilu. It's like he's towing the line you cited.
Yes.
As it happened in Mambila. Because he said the communities must find solution.
That is now inbred solutions, local solutions. That is why I gave the examples of how on the Mambila Plateau the communities had to sit down and then look at what are the issues, now community dialogue, and then we now got to find out that locally some of the issues have to do with illegal mining.
But beyond illegal mining, I think even the issue of maybe water, grazing land.
Yes, there are. But let me tell you, in this kind of cases, they shouldn't have resulted to this kind of mass. Look at the case of Plateau. I had even the vice president mentioning that. I don't buy that intercommunal crisis. That of Plateau. Have they been able to identify the attackers? This is very fundamental. To say that it is community A that attacked community B, I think that is still shrouded in mystery till today. That's why I'm saying there is still a third-party hand in this issue. That's why I'm bringing about the economic issues, these issues of mining. You see, people, these illegal miners, their tactics, internationally, this is what they do. They have international sponsors. What they do is they displace citizens, they displace people, and then they have a field day collecting, stealing our resources.
You know, Jamilu, it appears that this topic is attracting attention almost all over Nigeria, because our next caller is Nnamdi, who called from Anambra. Yes, welcome to the program, Nnamdi.
Hello?
Yes, Nnamdi, welcome. And compliments of the season, yes.
I wish you the same.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
I think the question of say what is the solution.
Yes.
The solution is simple.
Okay, what is it? How simple is it?
It's a very simple thing. The simple is, because it's simple, is that if the government, both state and federal government, can no longer protect the people of Plateau State, then they let the federal government or the state government or whoever is responsible approve rifle. Yes. I wish to say the question I can see on the screen is what is the solution?
Okay.
The solution is as simple as if federal government cannot protect the people of Plateau State, either the state government approve a rifle for the local security. I am certainly sure that these people will secure themselves instead of all this daily massacre of the people of Plateau.
Nnamdi, are you saying that the government should give permission to people to carry rifles and defend themselves?
Yes, the local community.
Would that not lead to anarchy? Nnamdi, would that not lead to anarchy if you allow everyone to have guns?
I did not say everyone. I said the local community in Plateau State. They should approve local community.
I got you. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, okay.
And the local security should be given a rifle to protect the community. If it is taking too long a time for government, for state government or federal government to protect them, otherwise, when will this thing stop?
Okay, Nnamdi, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for calling. He prescribes guns.
Well.
Even though when I said for everyone, which will lead to anarchy, he said
I think
no,
he was only talking about local security outfits. You know, certain states have their own local security outfits. Certain communities.
Even yesterday, I mean, yeah, was it today? One of the states launched this community policy. Are we really addressing?
We are not addressing the issue.
So what is the real issue that governors and the president must address to stop this carnage?
In the past, there was a very respected general in this nation who came out and accused the Nigerian armed forces that they are complicit in killing certain citizens, and he said people should carry arms.
It was Stewart and Juma.
It was Stewart and Juma. Anyway, I didn't actually wanted to just call the name.
But the story is out there.
The story is there in public. And now so many people will say, if you see, even the present architecture or the present structure of our security, I think I had the security systems saying communities should take their security in their own hands. Coming out from the mouth of the security, I think this is dangerous.
An indictment of sorts?
Of course. You see, you cannot say if government cannot protect you, you should protect yourself. I don't believe that.
Going by the definition of government.
Yes.
The essence of government.
Of course, to protect your life.
And if it fails, meaning that it has no legitimacy.
It has no legitimacy. That's where I'm coming to. If government cannot protect you, that government has no legitimacy. The government should go. Another government should come. It is not an issue of government. If government cannot protect you, then you should protect yourself. That is utterly chaotic. And it won't give us a headway.
And Shetima in Plateau said, he said justice will be done.
Yes.
Is this a rhetoric?
Well, as far as the precedences are concerned, what has been happening in the past, we would say this is rhetoric. But I pray and hope in this case there will be some change. And if you say justice would be done, what is that justice? Number one, you must find and apprehend the perpetrators.
The culprits.
The culprits, number one. And then you would have to take them through a justice system, a judicial system, and it should be very transparent. And then you have to compensate these communities.
Because it is the failure of government that gives the perpetrators the leeway to misbehave.
Okay. And then also, you now assure them that such a thing will not happen again. How is the assurance coming? Not by mouth this time,
but by action.
By action.
Okay, Jamilu, let me interrupt you again because we have another caller in the person of Ishaya from Kaduna State. Ishaya, welcome to the program.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, yes. Raise your voice, reduce the volume of your TV set so that we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me now?
Very well, yes. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening. My name, I'm very concerned with what is going on in Plateau State, number one. And the solution is until we agree that all Nigerians are one, irrespective of your religion, your tribe, or whatever, so that whatever happens, we rally around to solve the problem together. That is my contribution. Thank you.
Wow, short and sharp from Ishaya. He said all Nigerians are one. I saw a quote of the vice president. I think he said it in just. He quoted, I think, Martin Luther King, saying we either coexist as one or we perish as fools. So the issue is many communities are not really ready to cohabit with others. Maybe we should stop shying away from the main problem.
You see,
in Plateau, I think natives, they don't want to cohabit with the Fulani.
It is an elitist
Farmers,
problem.
they don't want to cohabit with.
It is an elitist problem. You see, the issue of farmers, yes, I will indict the issue of farmers versus herders. You see, I will indict both sides. If you are talking about the communities, we've been herding for time from time immemorial.
Just the way farmers have been there.
See, till today, an average herder would have a cow that will give him milk of, say, 20-30 liters per day. Meanwhile, in advanced nations, you have cows that will give you 140, 170 liters per day. And you have not moved an inch from that.
Meaning advancement in technology.
Advancement in that. And you say you have elites in those communities.
And they are not willing to support.
And they are not willing to support. They are not willing to deploy this. You have had your people in government, right? Let me give this indication here now. You have, for the herders, you've been having nomadic education for how many years today? That has not changed anything in nomadism. Has it? Has
Maybe
it?
The curriculum is not really.
I think whatever, is it the structure of the system? Is it the curriculum? Whatever. But what has that changed in the nomadic life, in the ordinary nomadic life? For God's sake, let us look at this dispassionately.
Yeah, some other time.
On the issue of farmers. Today, the world is now talking about smart agriculture. It is not mechanization.
Size of the land.
It's not mechanization. The world moved from rudimentary agriculture to agricultural mechanization. We have not reached mechanization. The world has moved from mechanization to satellite agriculture, and then we have not moved to that. It has moved from satellite agriculture to smart agriculture today. We have not reached mechanized agriculture.
So what is your final thought now? Because we have come to the end of the program. What should government at the federal, state, and local government do?
Government should declare a national emergency in security. And then we should look at the issue of third-party hands in these issues. People will not stand up today and start killing neighbors. I don't believe these issues are just ordinary communal issues. There are other third-party hands. I have given an example of blood diamonds in Liberia. Look at what is happening in Congo. Look at what is happening in Zamfara. It's the same issue.
Because like the Minister of Solid Minerals also cited
exactly,
Zamfara.
Exactly. Right. These are the issues.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jamilu Mohammed, engineer. Yeah, for that matter, economic analyst and an author.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jamilu. And with that, we wrap up today's package of daily politics. And indeed, This is the last edition of the program for the year 2023. Here is to wish you, our esteemed viewers, a happy holiday and prosperous year ahead as we cross over to the new year 2024. I am Hamza Idris. Thank you for always being there. Bye-bye for now. Good night.